In January 1971, Idi Amin seized power in a bloodless coup against President Milton Obote, promising reform and unity. But Amin, a former boxer turned general with little formal education, ruled through fear. He expelled 80,000 Asians from Uganda in 1972, crippling the economy. Political rivals, intellectuals, and entire tribes vanished into torture chambers or mass graves. By 1978, Uganda was isolated, its army demoralized, and Amin's grip weakening amid economic collapse and internal dissent. In January 1971, Idi Amin seized power in a bloodless coup against President Milton Obote, promising reform and unity. But Amin, a former boxer turned general with little formal education, ruled through fear. He expelled 80,000 Asians from Uganda in 1972, crippling the economy. Political rivals, intellectuals, and entire tribes vanished into torture chambers or mass graves. By 1978, Uganda was isolated, its army demoralized, and Amin's grip weakening amid economic collapse and internal dissent. Desperate to rally his fractured nation and distract from domestic chaos, Amin made his gravest error. On October 30th, 1978, Ugandan forces invaded Tanzania's Kagera salient, claiming it as Ugandan territory. Amin boasted of easy victory, even spreading propaganda tales of Tanzanian defeats by crocodiles. But this wasn't just border skirmishing. It was a direct challenge to Tanzanian President Julius Nyerere, a staunch socialist who had long opposed Amin and sheltered Ugandan exiles like Obote. Nyerere refused to negotiate, mobilizing his army and vowing to defend Tanzanian soil. What Amin saw as a quick win became the spark that ignited his downfall. Tanzania's response was swift and devastating. With support from Ugandan exiles in the Uganda National Liberation Army, UNLA, Tanzanian forces counterattacked in November 1978. Amin sought aid from Libya's Muammar Gaddafi, who sent 4,000 troops, but they were ill-prepared and routed. By early 1979, Tanzanian brigades pushed into Uganda, capturing towns like Masaka and Entebbe. Amin's army, plagued by desertions and low morale, crumbled. Propaganda couldn't save him. His forces fled in disarray as the invaders closed in on Kampala. On April 11, 1979, as Tanzanian and UNLA troops entered Kampala, Amin fled by helicopter to Libya, then to Saudi Arabia, where he lived in luxury until his death in 2003. His regime collapsed, leaving Uganda in ruins. The war cost thousands of lives and billions in damage, but it ended the reign of terror. Amin's invasion wasn't just a military blunder. It united his enemies and exposed the fragility of his rule. Idi Amin's one mistake serves as a stark lesson in the perils of unchecked power. Uganda spent years recovering from the devastation, but the overthrow paved the way for fragile democracy. Today, Amin is remembered not as a conqueror, but as a cautionary tale of how a single act of arrogance can topple even the most brutal empire. Thanks for watching the dramatic fall of Idi Amin. If this story gripped you, like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more untold histories. What other dictators' downfalls should we cover? Comment below. Stay informed, stay curious.